Let's find out who General Mattis is. National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin is at the Pentagon tonight. Good evening, Jennifer.
Good evening, Brett. Well, when I was on Capitol Hill earlier this week, I learned that Republicans on both the House and Senate Armed Services Committees had taken steps to write up legislation allowing them to make an exception and bypass a law that bars military personnel from serving as Defense Secretary within 7 years of retirement. It would be a one-time law mentioning General Mattis by name. Chairman of the House Armed Services Committee, Congressman Mac Thornberry, told us just a short time ago that Mattis has tremendous support on the Hill.
We have a draft of language that we have prepared based on the same language that was used for General Marshall back in the Truman administration. So that's our starting point. There may be some tweaks to it, but we're pretty much ready to go with that here in the House.
Neither the Trump transition team nor General Mattis himself will confirm that its decision has been made. General Jim Mattis's last job was that of CENTCOM commander before he retired 3 years ago. He oversaw relations with 20 countries. Before that, he served for 3 years as the Supreme Allied Commander for Transformation of NATO. I'm told he doesn't like being called Mad Dog unless you are one of his young Marines who gave him that nickname. During the invasion of Iraq, his call sign was Chaos. He also led Marines into Fallujah and led a Marine amphibious task force into Afghanistan after 9/11.
You go into Afghanistan, you got guys who slapped women around for 5 years because they didn't wear a veil. You know, guys like that ain't got no manhood left anyway, so it's a hell of a lot of fun to shoot them. You know, I mean, it's a good fight.
When he met with President-elect Trump, General Mattis reportedly told him he does not like waterboarding because, frankly, it doesn't work. I'm told by a well-placed source he was not told about the Cuba negotiations or Iran deal when he served under the Obama administration. Even though Iran was one of the countries for which he was responsible, General Mattis was forced to retire 3 months early because he saw Iran as a greater strategic threat than others in the administration, Brett.
You know, Jen, I'm told by Marines who know him, obviously he's blunt-spoken, straightforward, and as you mentioned in your report, but there's also this other side to him. After he retired in 2013, he got in a car and crisscrossed the country to try to personally visit as many of the families of Marines who died under his command as he could over a 2.5-week drive across the country. And he wrote a handwritten letter to every parent who lost a son or daughter under his command. So you don't often hear that story.
Well, that's the kind of guy he is, and already morale here in the building upon hearing that he might be the commander, the defense secretary here, it's already rising. As CENTCOM commander, he made it a point to stop in Tonga, of all places, to thank them because they had the largest number of security guards guarding the green zone in Iraq. He also made it to Estonia. He made that a priority because Estonia lost more troops per capita than any other country in Afghanistan. Brett, that's the kind of guy he is.
All right, more on this with the panel. Jennifer, thank you.